music.
Oh, man.
Tune in every Monday.
I can't believe it's Monday already.
Here we go, baby. Back at it again.
Music,
One time for the one time.
One time.
One time.
Woo! It's Monday.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Married to Music podcast, where we always chopping it up about music,
Money,
and merch.
Okay. Clap it up.
Yeah, shout out to our studio audience. We got a live studio audience today.
They were slow to clap just now.
You know, we got the person with the cue card. They got to hold the card up.
And then the audience got to see it.
Exactly.
All that.
Man, we got a special episode. I feel like I say that every time because every episode is special.
I mean, we do our best to make sure that we're going to bring value to everyone who pays attention to this podcast.
That's a fact.
So it is always special, but today's extra special.
It's super extra special.
Monumental.
Word up. So we got a super producer coming on today, man.
Yes.
Lydia, you want to run down a little bit about who we got today?
I got to break out the phone for these highlights.
Please, because the highlight reel is long.
It's long.
And some people you can just memorize highlights, you know.
I wasn't even going to try today. So we have a producer and an artist on today, a very special guest. He has produced for some super heavy hitters. Let's run down the list, including Kodak Black, Young Boy, Lil Boosie, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Wayne, Gucci Maine. Listen, he's produced for like all the Lils and Youngs in the game.
Every Lil Young?
Every Lil and every Young.
Shout out to that.
He has produced for them. He has 6 #1 records to his name.
Yes, indeed.
And in 2021 alone, he went 16 times platinum with all the records that he was a part of.
I can't wait to find out what that feel like.
Okay.
You know?
Me too. Me too. And I'm sure that he is only going to keep on climbing. He is also an artist of his own.
Just signed a major deal.
He's right now pushing a record called Hold You Down featuring Lil Bow Wow.
It's Big Bow Wow now.
Is it really?
It's just Bow Wow.
It's just Bow Wow.
You know,
my bad.
Shad Master.
Yes, he's not Lil anymore.
I don't think he want to play that.
Well, without further ado, you want to call his name and bring him on in?
Hey, yo, so here we go. Artist, producer, super producer, Dubba AA. Welcome to the Married to Music podcast, family. How y'all doing? Yo, man, we doing amazing. I just want to give a little backstory, man. Shout out to Sean PCC, man. He was hitting me up in the inbox like, yo, you got to get up with Dubba AA. You got to get up with Dubba AA. We talked and we had a great conversation, man. I was super inspired, super happy to meet you. I was like, yo, we got to get you on the podcast because some of the stuff that we talked about, I feel like other people could benefit from that, relate to what you're going through and how you've been putting it down and putting on for your city and growing your career. So that's exactly what this platform is all about, is sharing that same information and love with everybody. So welcome to the Married to Music podcast, my guy.
Yes.
I really appreciate y'all for having me. It's a truly an honor to be in a room with goats like y'all self, for sure.
Oh, man, goat talk already, man. You the goat.
You already know it. You know it.
You the goat talk, man. I literally was running down with last time. You said you got over 70 plaques, right? Over 70 gold and platinum records that you done worked on, man.
Man, I know a lot of our viewers that's the goal.
Absolutely.
So you are definitely goals for people who are listening to this right now. So just excited about all the gems you're going to drop on them because I know it's going to be some gems.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm ready to give them too.
Yeah. So I kind of want to just start off, man, and kind of let the people get to know you more. Like, tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into music, you know, up until the point to where the plaques start rolling in, if you would give us some insight on that journey.
Okay, well, you know, I started making music or falling in love with music at the age of 2, playing drums in the church. Mm-hmm. My dad, he was really like a big musician at our church. So when I was born, he would bring me in the car seat right next to him while he was playing. And once I was old enough to walk, once church started, I would come straight to the drum set and I never left the whole service. So that transferred from me being in the church, of course, being in a marching band, middle school, high school, getting a full scholarship to be in a marching band in college, and, you know, falling in love with just the whole aspect of rap in it as a whole. So, you know, I think it was 2000, I don't know when it was, honestly, to be honest, but Bow Wow was on TV and I saw him. I think I was like 6 or 7. And I said, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I went home and I locked myself in the room and I wrote my first rap, and it was probably the worst thing.
You still remember?
But
I know you still remember them bars.
I think I don't I feel
I ain't
like
gonna
I
ask
do.
you to
I
spit them,
said
but I
something
know you
about,
remember.
yeah.
I remember my
think I
first
do.
rap.
I think I do, but I just gotta, have a refresher. But
Yeah.
that transferred from, me rapping and doing stuff like that to, when I went off to college, I kind of put away the rapping and I started making beats because, if you're a real musician, the music never leaves you.
Right.
So I knew I had to get that education. So I said, let me go ahead and, make the beats a hobby right now. But
Where did you go to college?
where?
Yeah.
Tennessee State University,
Okay.
Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah.
And what was you studying
So,
out there? Was it music or what?
I was a history major. So
What?
History.
I'm supposed to be a teacher right now, but
That's what you wanted? I mean, you went to school to possibly teach?
yeah, because my parents, they were teachers.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
they kind of pressured me to go to college because before college, I went to 106 and Park. I did the BET Awards. I did the hip hop, not the hip hop awards, but the BET College Tour. I did Blaze the Stage. I did the Apollo.
What did you
And
do when you went? You said you did 106 and Park and the BET Awards. What did you do there?
performed. I was in a group
Oh.
called the Pangea Kids. So BT reached out to us and they said, listen, can y'all perform
Okay.
on, the platform? And we thinking it was like Wild Out Wednesday, but it was actually a spotlight performance. So
Nice.
they paid us to come out there and we did our thing. And it was definitely a blessing, but that got to our heads and, we ended up breaking up. So that's when it was like, look, music ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? But now it's time to go to college. So I went off to college and that's when my life just really shifted in the way that y'all see it today. Kodak Black reached out and all of that good stuff. So here we are 78 plaques later and we locked
We
in.
can't let that 78 plaques later.
Plaques.
So while you at school, you working on production, you making beats in your dorm room, I imagine, and like how you getting them out? How are people kind of finding finding your work?
So the good thing is when I was in a marching band, a lot of people, of course, musicians, and I met a couple guys by the name of Louis Bands and Mike Laurie and Dre Music, and they were, in the band with me as well. But we would, link up and, collab and do a lot of things. But it was when my brother, he had a tumor on his brain. He had brain surgery. And I went back home. It was around Christmas break. And he told me, bro, you need to lock in with, there's a guy by the name of Kodak Black. I said, I don't know who he is. And I'm from South Florida, right where he's from. And I said, I didn't know who he was. And he pulled up a vlog. And once he pulled the vlog up, I saw an email. So I just emailed like 3 beats to that email. So the first day back in classes for the spring semester, my brother called me and said, bro, Kodak hopped on all of those beats.
Fire.
Crazy.
Love that.
So that was like the beginning of, everybody just, reaching out, because if it wasn't for Kodak, I wouldn't even be in this situation.
Well, no, actually, if it wasn't for you emailing your beats
Word up.
in the first place. No, because a lot of people need to understand that, like, you got to shoot your shot every chance you get. And that was you just believing in yourself enough to say, I'm going to shoot my shot. And look where you are now. So
that's
major.
That's true.
Love that. That go-getter mentality, baby.
Absolutely. I mean, because you got to take a chance. And I love how that is, you saw an email and you sent them your beat. Some people was sitting back waiting, like thinking they're going to get discovered. Like, you have to literally take chances,
shots,
right?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Most definitely.
So, so you go from there. Did you like drop out of school or something after you started like getting placements? Did you finish your college career or what?
My thing is this. You have to finish whatever it is that you started. You have to finish. So, by me, even rapping, that's why I went back to being an artist, because I started off being an artist. So I have to finish the journey. So with school, it was the same thing. I have to finish what I started. And the good thing is God blessed me in a way to where as I was coming out of college, I got another opportunity. So it was like, okay, like, you almost done, you know what I'm saying? But this Kodak Black situation was happening. So that was around my junior, senior year. So everything was just really like aligning in a way that it needed to. So I was thankful for that opportunity.
Yeah.
Word up.
But
I
I'm
love
not
that.
using that degree though.
It's
I'm
just
not.
kind of sitting around, but you finished though. You got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, most definitely.
I mean, because that's an important lesson in itself. Finish what you start. Like that's just so
Have to.
deep. So many people just start stuff, and
Yeah.
never see it through. So
Especially artists.
especially artists.
Because we're like the most scatterbrained people in the world.
It's
So
that meme where you got the 1,000 unfinished songs, you know,
Yep.
and that never put them out, never finished that project. So I love how you finished the schooling and then you had this huge career as a producer, but you started off as a rapper and now like, yo, I got to finish
Full
that
circle
journey
moment.
too.
Facts.
So
Facts.
now that you into the rap game, you know, tell me about that. Like, how did you kind of transition back into being an artist?
Well, being around all these artists, you get that fire and that itch to, want to get back in the booth. So I'm at Youngboy house and I got all these songs that I'm working on and I'm kind of nervous to play it for him because I don't know what his reaction is going to be. So we in the back and Rich the Kid is in the studio room. So I said, Youngboy, hey, I want to play something for you. So he was like, all right, come on, let's go outside. So we outside on the patio. He get the big speaker. He like, go ahead and plug up and play something. So I played 7 songs. He had no expression on his face at all.
Ooh.
He looked at me and he said, out of these 7 songs, 5 of these are hits.
Nice.
He said, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He said, you have potential to be one of the biggest artists. He like your voice, how you come in, like the beats, all of that. He was like, you can rap. He was like, only thing you have to do is just do it the right way. He was like, I give you features, whatever you need. I even posted on my YouTube. He said, because I believe in you just the way you believed in me when you started giving me beats. He said, that's what it's all about. So when he kind of gave me that, because we all know when a producer is locked in with an artist, they kind of want to keep them in that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? In that, nah, bro, don't worry about doing nothing else. Just make beats.
Right.
So when Youngboy said, look, bro, nah, like I want you to do that because I can tell like this is a big passion for you.
Yeah.
That's what made me say, okay, let me go in like 100%. So we've been locked in on that journey.
Love
ever
it.
since.
So that, and I think that's special. Like, it just kind of shows you, like, when you align yourself with the right people,
Yeah.
they'll help take you to where you need to be. Cause it's a lot of, it's a lot of haters in the business. So to be able to be in a room with such a big artist, and like you said, he didn't want to keep you hold you down as a producer and just keep you in that space. He allowed you to fly, which is great.
He saw that potential.
Yes. It reminds me of the Kanye story that he tells about like being in the studio and wanting to play his beats and like just being nervous to play the beats.
I mean, that, and that even as an engineer, that's come across to where, like, I know a lot of my engineer friends that, made beats and they engineering for some of the biggest artists and they never can find the right time to say, let me play one of my beats. Maybe they'll jump on one of my beats or, let them know that I do more than just make beats, right? I do got a side question. Are you saving all the good beats for yourself?
Everything got to go. Everything must go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, it's if I make something and I record on it, of course I'll never play it, but every beat has to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I have different goals, and one of the goals, I need a Grammy on the production side, I need a Grammy on the artist side. So the work is a continuous thing. It's never gonna stop. I don't hold beats.
That's what's up. And that's why you out here with 78 plaques.
That's a fact. You letting it go.
So I have a question. Once you started, like, talk a little bit about how the different doors started to open with other artists, right? You worked with Kodak Black to start. How did like
Young
the calls
Boy
keep coming in for like different projects?
Okay, so the first person was of course Kodak. So, I think the first project I had was Institution. I had 3 songs on it. And those 3 songs opened up doors because the A&Rs at Atlantic was like, look, we like what you're doing. Can you lock in with X, Y, and Z? So I'm like, yo, I'll send a pack through. But I didn't have the relationship with them like I had with Youngboy. Oh, not Youngboy, with Kodak. and I wasn't getting in the studio with them, so I would just email packs through. Maybe they'll pick something, maybe they won't. But it was at that point where I was just going to, different places in Atlanta because I was in Nashville at the time in school still.
Yeah.
So I would come to Atlanta on the weekends, and I just walk in certain rooms and be like, I'm here for the session. They were like, what session? I was like, I forgot the artist's name. And they were like, oh, you talking about such and such? Yeah, that's the session. So I just kind of finesse my way in, and I walk in like, I got beats. So I would kind of like build relationships with those artists based off of me just kind of finessing it and walking in, honestly.
That's hard. Just being proactive. You just popping up in session, say, "Yeah, I'm here for the session." Like, and literally, you don't even know who in the studio that day.
I love it.
But like, I can see how that can happen, man.
That's how it is in them spaces, though. Like in LA and New York.
Yeah,
and
the person
Atlanta.
working at the front desk, they don't know. I'm here for the session. I'm the producer. Okay, yeah, they up in on third floor.
I mean, and it literally be all sessions in all rooms, and you could like hop from room to room for real, if you a hustler like that. So I'd love that.
So how did the first time that this worked for you? What room did you walk into?
It would have to be, I think his name was O3 Greedo, and he was in LA, and he was signed to Alamo. And I didn't even know him at all, you know what I'm saying? But how things worked out, I told him, he was like, so what you do? And I was like, I produce and I'm an artist. So he was like, all right, bet, hop on this song right here. I was like,
nice.
He didn't know me from a can of paint.
Yeah.
And that is one of his biggest songs right now. And I'm featured on it.
Nice.
And that was probably before I even thought about even rapping again. But I was very nervous. I was, didn't really know the outcome, but I said, man, let me just jump in this fire, you know what I'm saying? And because at the end of the day, you can't be timid in this industry. You have to really take life by the horns and just do it. No matter the outcome, just go for it.
And when you're prepared, right? You stay ready. You don't have to get ready. I say that all the time.
Yep.
That's so important because you could have gotten the booth and fumbled and crumbled. You know what I'm saying? But you got in there with the hot fire. So it's so important for all of our viewers and listeners to know, like, hone your craft,
right?
Tighten up your skills so that when you put in the hot seat,
yeah.
Whether it's engineering, right? We had an engineer on too that, like, if you get thrown in his seat and it's time, you need to show up. So that preparation is gonna always come back around.
Success is when preparation meets opportunity, right? It's that crossroads, man. Yeah. So you definitely got to do that work ahead of time. I'm kind of thinking, like, kind of jumping back a little bit. When you sending these beats to Kodak, like, what was your thoughts on, like, how you gonna be compensated? Did you have, like, contracts in place or anything? How did you? What was your mind at when it came to, like, getting paid for your work?
At that time, I was just happy to have somebody rapping on my beats.
Yeah,
honestly.
Right.
Because we all understand, whether you an engineer or artist or producer, we just want people to hear the work at first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was so happy that he hopped on it, but I was also a college student. So after the happiness wore off, I was like, bro, I gotta eat. Like, I got money in my pocket. Yeah. So I ended up calling the number that was on that bio. You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, such and such hopped on my beat. Oh yeah. We gonna get back with you. I still never got that phone call.
Because how was these songs performing? Like were they getting big, or were they like mixtape projects still?
They were mixtape. He wasn't signed to Atlantic at the time.
Okay.
But they were still
huge, but it was out as mixtapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never got compensated for those songs?
Yes.
Okay.
I did because once he did sign with Atlantic, they took the rights to all of those records. So
yeah.
They called him and was like, look, Dubba AA, Kodak really like what you're doing. We need to do X, Y, and Z for the next project. I said, cool, not a problem. Well, what about these last projects?
Right.
So they ended up compensating me and we got right. But I didn't have a lawyer. I didn't have management. So I had to really freelance a lawyer and find somebody that worked for me at that time. And I did what it needed to do for me.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's definitely a lesson in that too, because I know a lot of producers that's coming up, they like struggling to find that balance between, giving out free beats and then really getting opportunities, and people be so focus on the short-term money, that upfront money, that they letting opportunities pass them by, right? Like really your problem, people don't even know you, like, right? It's like, get this stuff out here, get the work out, and then worry about, you know, what's going to come back on the back end.
Yes.
I tell people that all the time. Producers, like you said, they want, well, I need to get paid. But I'm like, listen, man, you have to understand, when the A&R hits you up and they book an 8-hour session with you and an artist and they hop on 10 beats, you're not getting paid for that. That's technically a free beat until they pick it. Now, once they put it out, now you have leverage to say, y'all already put it out. Now I need 20 grand. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna hit you with a cease and desist, but they don't understand how to play chess. People want to play checkers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing is, they looking for the simplest move. But in this industry, it's all about chess. What can I do to set up for the next play? I'm thinking 10 steps ahead instead of the right move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
if
major,
I jump this
man.
person, cool, I get the one man. But I'm like, how can I get the queen? How can I get the king? That's what I'm moving for. So I'm not looking at, okay, well, I'm in here and I was in here for 12 hours and I did 5 songs with this artist. I need to get paid. Nah. Go ahead. You can take all the beats you want. As a matter of fact, take some home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now when you come back and you say, bro, I hopped on 8 of them things. Now it's time for your project to get picked out. I got 5 beats on the project. Now I get to talk leverage.
And you're putting yourself...
Yeah, because they already didn't pick them. And so now you in the, like, yo, the label said these the ones we go with. Now I'm in the position to be like, this what I want.
Right.
Because y'all already chose to go with them.
Yep. And what's really great and smart about that is, like what you said, just because you got a song with the artist does not mean that the song is ever going to come out or be placed on an album. When you give in 10, 15 beats and the artist is on all those beats, you are upping your chances of your song being one of the songs that gets chosen.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you stingy with the beats and you're like, fine, you can rock this one, that one may be the one that gets edged out when it gets time to put the album together. So
most definitely.
That's definitely a chess move. And you know, as artists, we like to hold on to art. We like to hold on. Look, you made it. You can make another one. You made this beat, you made this record, you can make another record. Like, do the work, put it out there, move on and create more. You know, don't be a hog of your stuff because, you know, you were like opportunities that you may have missed because of that.
That's true.
That's big facts, man.
So I want to talk about your song right now that you have with Bow Wow. How did that collaboration come about? I feel like it might be like a full circle moment because you said that you saw him when you were little, and then now y'all on a track together. That is super dope. I want to know like a little bit of that story.
That was one of my bucket lists for sure. Like I said, once I get in the industry, I want to do a song with him. You know what I'm saying? So I got that. But shout out to my cousin Sport. He is, you know, I guess cordial with him. So he was like, yo, bro, I know about, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, look, tell Buddy I need him on the song. At the time, I didn't have any song to do. So he was like, all right, for sure. So he FaceTimed him. He FaceTimed me with Bow. And I was like, yo, he was like, hey, bro, your cousin said that you got some records. Like, you know what I'm saying? Send me something, let's do it. I'm like, all right, bet. He was like, shoot me a DM and I'm going to send you my number and all that. I'm like, all right, bet. So I DM him. He didn't hit back until like 2 days later. But once he hit back, now I'm scrambling to do record, right? So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? It got to be hard, though. And then a song plays on Pandora, and it was the Hold You Down record.
Yeah.
With a Let Me Hold You.
Right.
So I was like, why don't I just remake that? Because I know a lot of people, they doing remakes. Yeah. So I was like, it's only right that I get him on it to, you know, pay homage, you know what I'm saying, to the person who did the original record. Yeah. So I remade the record, you know what I'm saying, sent it to him, and he put Laugh Out Loud. And I was like,
what does that mean?
Like, I'm like, what you mean? You feel me? So he hit back and was like, bro, this is so hard, bro. He was like, I'm finna send it back. So 2 days later, he sent it back. And like a day later, I was like, bro, let's shoot the video. He was like, pull up on me, let's shoot it. So we shot it real quick. I didn't even want to think too, you know what I'm saying, too much.
Overthink it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, man, come on, I'm finna just come. I got a cameraman. Let's just shoot our scene. You know what I'm saying? We shot it. I put it out, and 300K views later, we here.
Nice.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope, man. Big ups to reaching your dreams, setting plans, goals, man, because that visualization aspect, man, is so important. When you see something, like that's how you make it come to full fruition, man.
Yeah.
And not being afraid to speak out and take them opportunities. Like that's how we here right now, man. I jumped on the face call with Sean, and then he's like, "Yo, I'm on to put Double A on the phone." Like, all right, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now here we go.
Shout
man.
out to people sliding in the DMs. Like
That's a fact. Don't
like,
make sure you answer your DMs.
make sure. And you know what's crazy? Just now when meeting Sean, I checked my DMs and he had DM'd me in December 23rd, but I didn't even see it. But he was about it. You know,
Absolutely.
I didn't respond, but you did, and he made it happen. And here we are. But you have to really, as an artist, you have to learn to take these opportunities. You know, you have this tool in your hand, your phone, this social media. It's real. Like you can really directly connect to people. Make sure your homework is done. Make sure when they get to your page, you don't look silly. You have a lot of work, and you know you're showing for yourself. But sliding these DMs, man.
Yo Gotti say it go down in the DM, but it goes up in the DM too. You know what I mean? It's going up in the DM.
Definitely. Love that.
Word up, man.
So let's talk. I have a question about your accolades.
Okay.
You got 6 #1 records. Is that still correct? I want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, what's your favorite one? I know that's a tough question. Okay, wait. Actually, what was first? What's your first #1? And
honestly, I'm looking. I don't know.
You don't know which one was first? Oh,
no.
Dang. Okay.
Dang,
I know which one was last. The Moneybag Yo one.
That was the most recent.
What song was that?
The most recent one. Another one with DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
So the album went #1. So, you know, that was a blessing, but I think the rest of them was all young boy projects.
Nice.
So, you know,
right.
And I think it was another one that I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then money, so all young boy and Moneybag Yo.
Do you have a favorite?
No.
It's kind of like
I'm not married to production.
They're all his babies.
Yeah. I'm not married to the production like I am my artistry.
Right.
You know, I tell people all the time, like, I got 78 plaques for production, and I'm thankful. I thank God for every one of them.
Yeah.
But I'm not really content with it because it's not me.
You want that artist.
I didn't fall in love with music to be a producer. I fell in love to be an artist. So once I get that one, I don't care if it's one, like that will trump every plaque that I got right now. So that's what I'm working on.
There's like a burning.
I'm not gonna stop until I get it.
No, and you will. You will definitely get it. There's like a yearning that comes with being an artist. Like it's like like you can't sleep really. Like you dream about it. It's deeply rooted. So it's amazing to me that you just said that, like 78 plaques, but the one you really want hasn't come yet. Yeah. And I get that, man, because I don't even have one plaque yet. But I know, like, when the day comes when I get a plaque, like an artist plaque for one of my records, that's all that matters. So
no matter how successful I get on anything else, like you want
that plaque. You want that recognition as an artist. So I feel you so hard on that. And I'm excited to watch it happen because I know it's going to.
Well, it's on the way.
Absolutely. So you got a major record deal right now as an artist. Tell me about that. Like, how did that process come about? Like, how is that kind of changing things for you and helping you transition into like that big spotlight that you want to get to?
Signing to, Warner Icons and Giants, they have helped me, transition from a producer to an artist very well.
Yeah.
Having things like a ring light and knowing how to talk during interviews, just conducting yourself. Like, these are the things that major labels give you.
Let me tap in on that real quick. So knowing how to talk during interviews, so they, because a lot of people are thinking nowadays that labels not like doing artist development and stuff. So you saying that that your label is working with you and helping you to develop your kind of media presence and stuff like that. How does that look? Is it like a class they got you coming to a tutorial or what?
Your A&R really hands on?
Well, it's more so of they have PR. So when you have a PR point person, like I got Erica, shout out to her, and she will have me on Zoom once a week, twice a week, and soon the call starts is an interview.
Yeah.
And if I say you feel me or like too much, she'll grade me, and then we'll do it again. And she'll grade me again and say, okay, you did it better now. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to look people direct. Don't be looking around. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, touching your face and doing all of that too much. Don't be in your phone. You have to be interacting with whoever you're talking to. So it's more so about just making sure, because now we know a lot of labels, they just want the microwavable artist where it's already done. You got 1 million followers, you got one song, maybe one song.
Yeah.
Right.
And we can put it out on TikTok, we can make it go viral, and now you the biggest thing out. It's weird, but I want to get to the place where music is like the forefront and it's not a gimmick.
Yeah.
I saw one of my guys, Ripper, he's a pretty big producer. He posted something about Beyonce, and she was saying how nowadays music is, about social media, and whatever you are posting is, what I'm saying, the whole life is, the fan is embedded in your life instead of the music and your voice and what you're talking about. I want to get back to just pure talent. That's what I'm trying to get
Period.
to. Okay. And when you listen to, and that's why I'm kind of easing my way. You'll hear records like Sliding, that's like everything, but that's just the gain and listening. The Bow Wow record is melodic. That's just the gain and listening. But my real music and everything that I'm coming out with, like February 25th, I'm dropping my single, All I Need. And that will be like the introduction to like really what I want to do is really like heavy like instrumentals.
Yeah.
It's not really, what I'm saying, not the trap stuff. It's just
live music.
Kind of timeless.
Real live music.
That's
live
it.
music. Like I perform with a live band.
Yeah.
Because I came from
I saw that on your page.
I came from that era. Like I don't give me a 2-track. You know
please,
what I'm saying?
Lord.
I
Please,
need a
Lord.
live band.
Live bands back.
Saying?
Bring them back, baby. All
Bring
day.
them back.
All
You know what I'm
day.
saying? So I'm trying to be that guy who, is in the rap space with the live band. You know what I'm saying? On some like real bars, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to do. So
and I think honestly that it's perfect timing for that. I feel like there's a shift happening in the industry where like the authentic is just missing. People so much so that when they see it, they're like, wow, like I mean, it could just be something as simple as like somebody standing up singing at a mic, and they're just like, oh my God, it was live singing, and it's like they feel that. And so I think that's a really that's dope. A lot of artists don't care about that, especially this young generation. They could care less, but that's where the industry is going back to. Thank God. At least that's my prediction.
For sure, it needs to go there too. I mean, it's more enjoyable, more fulfilling, and like we were saying, it's just timeless, right? The TikTok fads, that stuff is going to dissolve away and not be relevant.
Right.
Sooner than later.
I mean, even think about, not even sooner than later, like now, like think about how many songs went viral on TikTok and you don't even know the artist anymore and the song don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
You have to be real strategic and have a long list of more songs to follow up for that to really be a sustainable model. It's very come and go. So, it's smart. It's really smart. Like if you're going to try to go viral on TikTok, cool, but you better have an arsenal. You better have them records ready to go to follow up, or else you are here today, gone next week, literally.
That's true.
Word up. So, as an artist, working with your label, like what else can like people expect on like how to even get signed to approach by a label? I know your situation was a little unique, but what can like the average artist expect when they trying to get a record deal nowadays in 2022, in your opinion?
Man, honestly, I feel like it's easy, but it's hard to get signed because one, like I said, you already have to have something to bring to the table.
Yeah.
You have to have some type of record. That I saw, I forgot the artist's name, but he's at APG and he has one record, but he has like 2,000 followers. And I'm like,
but he got one record though.
That's a banger.
One record.
Is it a hit already? Like, is the song out?
Yes, it is out.
Okay.
It went viral for him. It went viral for him. It's like 20, 30 million views on YouTube.
Okay.
But I feel like he kind of just caught it on accident.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
But
what I just said. Like, dang,
And then,
that's
so to me, what's the benefit of the label coming in at that point? Because honestly, they probably don't have too much plans to do much more. They just want to kind of capitalize
that
on
one record.
on that viral hit already and drain him of
Yep.
what could have been all his.
Yep.
I will tell you this. They've been calling me left and right to try to get this guy another hit. Like,
Okay.
yo, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get him something else. If you got hooks, if you got full songs for him, you know what I'm saying? We trying to catch another one while he has eyes on him.
Right.
So that's what they try to do. They try to catch somebody who's already put in that work. And then they try to say, okay, well, let's try to get him another one real quick so we can, you know what I'm saying, lock him in.
Right.
But that does, we all know that doesn't last at all.
No, and that's backwards. That's like playing catch up. Like, you know, that should have already been in place. But I also understand how like something can happen because viral is a lot of times accidental, right? So like he went viral and caught a lick real quick, and doesn't have any other songs. So now he's him and the label is scrambling to get more records. But as an artist, you got to think to yourself, is it smart to take a deal like what you just said? Like, is it smart to share this money with a label when I don't have anything else yet? You know what I mean? I could get all this money off of this record while I'm working on more songs. I mean, I guess it's hard because as a dream, you know, as an artist, a lot of times your biggest dream is to get signed. So you'll just take whatever.
A lot of times they don't understand how to get the money.
Right.
And that's another problem that, you know, in the industry, these kids, you know, they are ignorant to the fact of, you know, how do I get the money? I don't have a BMI or an ASCAP or anything else. I don't know how to reach out to, you know, YouTube to collect my money. They don't know. So when
crazy.
You have these A&Rs reaching out like, look, I can give you $100 grand to sign to us, plus we'll take 20% or 30 or 40 or 50% of your publishing, but you'll still get half of that. So if you make $1 million, you'll get $500K, and we'll still put you on tours. We'll still put you here. Man, you think
that's appealing?
Kids that's on TikTok, they from the hood. They ain't got nothing.
Right.
So they like, man, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
So it could be a good deal depending on your situation. You know,
depending on your situation.
Right. But what you said is so important. Like, to get your record registered with ASCAP, you can literally do that yourself. It will take you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then you will be collecting on your own with no middleman. So you want to at least have them options where, okay, I could take a deal if I want to, but if I don't want to, I know how to get my monetization right on my YouTube. I know how to get my song registered with ASCAP and BMI. Like, these are things that artists need to know how to do.
For sure.
On their own, just in case you have to do it by yourself.
So you had already been in the industry for years, and I'm sure you know how it go. You had already started collecting checks and stuff as a producer. What was a factor? What were some of the factors in your decision on taking a record deal as an artist?
Having a machine. That's one of the biggest things that I would say that is a good thing to do.
Break that down for us, though. What's the machine?
So just say if I'm independent and I put out a record, you have to know how to get the ISRC codes. You got to have marketing. You got to get, you know what I'm saying? You have to know the certain people to talk to for interviews, to even push the record. You got to, you know, put it on radio if you want it on radio. All of that counts. Yeah. And that's money that you don't have if you don't have an investor. So if you sign a deal, of course, signing a deal with a major is like a bank. It's just a big, you know,
basically
loan. That's all it is. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this song. We're gonna put it on radio, which was $300,000. So now you're $300,000 in the hole. Then we're gonna go ahead. We have to go get it mixed. So if you want to go get it mixed, let's go to Jason Joshua. He wants 40 grand. So now you 340 grand in the hole. Okay, now we got to put you on a promo tour, which costs because now you got to have hotel rooms wherever you go. We'll pay for that. Don't worry.
Right.
We got to put you on the Breakfast Club. They want 100K. We want to put you on Hot 97 with Sway in the morning. We want to put you on with Ebro. All of that. That's about another 300K. So now you're about 700 grand in the hole.
Running up a
But
check.
now, you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now we're gonna put you on a couple shows. We're gonna have you opening up for Mulatto on her tour. You know what I'm saying? But that's about 200K to do all of those cities. And now you got to get a sprinter, you got to get flights, then you got to get a sound man, then you got to get a DJ. We have to pay for all of that.
You got your band.
Then you got a band.
Gotta
Then you
pay
have to
all
have a
them.
budget. You got to have a budget, right, in order to record. You
Yeah.
got to have a recording budget. So now that's another 150. So now you almost $1 million.
Yeah,
in the
to me,
hole.
you like about at $1 million or over $1 million.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying? You're
right.
$1 million in the hole for one song.
And I want people to who are listening to understand that in the whole, like, that's not the label just giving you that money. They want
Yeah.
it back.
It's a loan.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
They getting it back. You ain't making a penny till they recoup that
Facts.
bread.
So that's why you see people like TLC, they frustrated because they like, bro, we the biggest artists in the world. We ain't make no money. Well, you forgot what was in your contract. That's why it's important to look at those contracts
Yes.
and understand how your deal is structured.
Yes.
Me, I tell them all the time, look, I'll pay for my band because I met my band in school.
Right.
I got people that I knew for a fact were real players. And I said, hey, y'all boys, where y'all stay at now? Oh, we just moved to Atlanta. Cool. Listen,
Sounds
I need a
good.
band.
Yes.
I'll pay y'all boys every time we perform. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Cool. I got a studio myself. I don't need a budget to record because I can do that.
Yep.
I don't need beats because
Make me.
I am the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These
So I'm
are.
cutting all the costs.
Cutting expenses.
You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I need
Travel,
y'all to
I'll
do
drive
is-
myself. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that.
Yeah.
You have to know how to be cost savvy so you don't have to depend on the label. So, and they love me for that because they like, well, Dub, you don't need anything from us.
Saving them
You know what I'm
money
saying?
at the end
Really?
of the day.
Yeah.
I'm setting myself up. You know what I'm saying? So
But like you said, the machine, you know, the reason for saying yes is the relationships, and the label can
the
get you.
relationship, they can put you in
where you need
rooms
to.
that you never, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like the guy, when I first signed, he was talking to one of the guys that was on the board for the Grammy.
Like the voting.
The
The voting
Grammys.
people. So they had it was I don't know what they had. I think it was like a dinner or something. He pulled them to the side and played the single, and he called me and was like, bro, I just talked to the head person over there at the Grammy situation. I was like, okay, what'd he say? He said, bro, this song is a Grammy moment, bro. Trust me. Y'all just got to do it the right way. And I was like, word? He was like, trust me, bro. That's a Grammy moment, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
those are the
I was like,
opportunities that's worth inking the deal for.
For sure.
know?
And the labels, they know what they're doing. They've done it repeatedly over and over and over. So having that experience backed by those relationships and the money, that's seem like all the reasons
Literally,
to sign if you.
Right. That's what makes up the machine. It's just it's
but
well oiled,
that's
it's
it.
worked, they know what they're doing. So
that's it.
But you got to do your due diligence and make sure you
Right.
understand your contracts, make sure you understand what you being charged for and all stuff like that, so that at the end of the day, you ain't looking like, dang, what happened to all the money? Well, we spent that money before you even made the money.
yeah. I've seen a lot of good situations go bad real fast like that. So definitely do your homework, get them contracts. Look at our last episode.
Oh, yeah. Our last episode was with a contract lawyer. We had an entertainment lawyer on here telling us all the different clauses and stuff to be looking out for in the contracts, which is, you know, something that y'all need to definitely focus on. So if you ain't jumped into that last episode, please.
Tap in.
All right, man. So you doing a lot. You putting on for your city. You recently moved to Atlanta. How long you been living in Atlanta now?
About 3 years.
Okay.
I haven't been in my city in about 9.
Okay.
Because once I went off to college, I never went back home. I said, no, I'm good.
And what's your original home city?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Word up. And I know you got the key to your home city, right?
Most definitely.
Word up. And you got
I
a
got
few.
two. Yeah, I got 2 keys. You know what I'm saying? I got West Palm Beach and I got Riviera Beach. And
Okay.
I want to tell us what that's like. What's the process like behind that? What does it mean to have the key to the city, and how do you get it?
Okay, so when I got the keys to the city, it was because I have something called Dubba AA Day, and it's where I give 500 to 1,000 book bags away to the community kids. I do free haircuts for the guys, free hair braiding for the girls, free food for the whole community. I have a contest where uh, I get about 5 people, and I have 2 rounds, and they perform a song, 1 verse, and if you get to the next round, 3rd place wins 250, 2nd place wins 500,
Nice.
and the 1st place winner flies out to Atlanta with me, and I put them in the studio,
Dope.
and we rock out. And the last thing that I'm very proud about is it's called a Fund a Family Initiative, where I give away 3 raffles. I pick 3 names out of the raffle, and I pay their rent for 1 month. So if you're struggling, that's a good thing. You know, there's a lot of single mothers and people that can't really afford it. So that's my way of giving back to, you know, the adults in the community, just to make sure that they're good and taken care of.
Love
as
it.
well.
That's so important. Like, I love that you are using your platform to give back. Like,
Yeah.
that's very, very important. And it's gotten you keys to your city, which is fabulous. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you was breaking down how like you got a plan to get like a key to every city. All right?
Fact. So yeah, the next city I'm gonna do Nashville,
Yeah.
because of course I went to school out there, and then I'm gonna hit Atlanta. I'm gonna do something back to school drive out here, because it's really simple. Only thing you have to do is just get the city involved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you get the city involved, the mayor comes out. You tell them, look, I want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? But only thing I need is just need the key. You know what I'm saying? Give me a proclamation. Make sure, because I want July 24th is my birthday. I want July 24th in every city to be Double A Day, because I'm
That's
trying to make it a national holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Word up.
July 24th is my best friend's birthday. You're Leo.
Yeah, Leo. Yeah, most definitely.
Period. I'm an August Leo, but still Leo gang, baby.
For sure.
That's what's up.
Double A Day all across the nation, man. I'm definitely vibing with that. So you said, so basically creating programs and initiatives to where you can give back to the community, getting that community involved, and you said, like, you know, Yo Gotti, I think you were mentioning, he's like, he don't even got the key to Memphis, but he got the key to St. Louis, right?
Facts.
Because like it's a show of opening up our doors to you for doing greatness and doing good in our city.
Yep.
Love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's
So,
exactly what it is.
so go around, do some goodness, and get the keys to the city, man.
Period. I know a couple people with keys to St. Louis City. We about to be next. I'm about to get my key.
That's a fact.
That's it.
I'm from Queens, New York, but baby,
Yeah.
I be known for St. Louis. I
No,
tell
you
you what.
definitely do. So they need to give you the key around here.
Yes.
Word
That's
up.
what's
it.
up.
Lydia Caesar Day.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds
Ooh,
nice.
that's hard.
That got a ring to it, don't it?
Yeah, that's hard.
Word up, man. So we talking about all kind of stuff. I think we should switch gears a little bit, and because we got a marriage topic.
Right.
Too,
We did the music.
relationships.
We did the money.
Word up.
Now let's talk a little bit about relationships.
Word up. So what kind of question you got? Because you are a resident relationship expert.
You
know.
see that?
You the relationship.
Okay, so I have a question, because especially since you're so deep in the industry, and you said, you know, that you're in a relationship, what do you feel are some tips or pointers, like how you maintain a healthy relationship in such a volatile industry that keeps you busy, it keeps you, you know, probably away from your significant other, it keeps you around a lot of other females and stuff like that. So how do you...
That's a myth.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is. For some people, it might be a myth, you know. But I know that's what people think.
Right.
You know, that it's hard to maintain a relationship in the industry. What are some of your pointers, and how do you make it work?
To be honest, it's all about making sure that your significant other feels secure. Whenever a lot of times when I come home, I'm tired. I'm just be honest, but I still find time to watch the TV show. You know what I'm saying? Go out to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't taken a vacation with her yet because I'm grinding, but you know, doing things like taking a vacation, or when I'm performing, you come with me. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't want to come to the studio, but you know, come with me.
Yeah.
And the Hold You Down record, when I was performing it, I walked straight to her. You know what I'm saying? Make her feel wanted, make her feel special. That's most important, because in this industry, a lot of women, they may think that it's nothing but women in the studio and it's women everywhere, but I don't know where people get
Oh,
that.
right.
That's a myth,
That's what I said. It's a myth, man.
Yeah.
It be nothing but niggas in the
It
studio.
be nothing but a bunch of hard legs in the studio, man.
Great. I'd be like, bro, they talking about the women? I don't see any women.
I ain't never seen that.
Listen, when I first started dating Wayne, he would call me sometimes like, yeah, come on through. And I would get there, there'll be a whole bunch of niggas. I feel like he just wanted some softness around.
Word up, because it ain't never been no, I ain't never been to a studio session and not nothing unless somebody doing a video shoot or something like.
Thanks.
Other than when we round working, like it ain't nothing but who there to work, man.
But people don't realize this though, right?
Yeah.
A lot of time women don't realize this.
Right.
They think that is a party, but the thing is, the studio session costs.
It's work. It's
I
work.
I ain't got time to have no females in the session. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm paying for this, so I need to get as much work as I can.
Right.
Now, if I want to party outside, then that's a different story. But I don't go to the club. I don't smoke, nor do I drink.
Okay.
So when I'm done with that, I come home.
Love
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even like to go out. I don't listen to music.
Word.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You sound like me, man.
For real, like once I'm done with the studio, I don't want to listen to music. I would drive in silence the majority
I be
of the
listening
time.
to podcasts.
Wow, I'm the same way though. I don't. People would think because I do music, what do you listen to? I be driving in silence too. That or NPR listening to the news.
You be
Like,
tired of music. You tired of it.
When that's what you
did
do for your
10,
living.
12 hours music all day. Like,
Yeah.
please turn
Yeah.
it off.
Facts. That's the most important thing. So just making sure that your significant other is, secure with you, and you make sure that you understand that she understands that, at the end of the day, I'm coming home to you. It's nobody else.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
I love
how
that.
make it.
I love that. I mean, I think that is, I say it all the time, that is so important. Your partner should be secure.
Yeah.
And the communication lines should be clear. Once insecurity gets in the way and once lack of communication gets in the way, you can kiss your relationship goodbye. Like, those are two major, major things. So I love that. I love that that's what you said. So do you believe in marriage? How do you feel about marriage? And do you want to get married one day?
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely want to get married. I believe in marriage.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, most definitely. But it's just more so about, I'm just trying to focus right now, and I don't want to leave her hanging right now. I feel like once I do that, I want to, whatever it is I got in my system, because, I'm a man at the end, I'm a human, right? So once I lock in with somebody, because one thing about it, I'm not trying to disrespect God, right? Marriage is a very serious thing. So I'm not trying to have my vows and say my vows and then go out and do anything else out of the ordinary. So I'm not saying that I'm cheating now, because I'm not, right? And I'm pretty sure she can hear me now, right?
She's watching.
I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, at the end of the day, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I have flesh. So I may look, you know what I'm saying, or say something, or I may respond, because I got in trouble the other day because I just responded to somebody. And she was like, I know you're not talking to nobody. I know you're not doing anything because you're around me all the time. But I just felt like, I just wanted to see if I still had it. You know what I'm saying? Which is a no-no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's
You know
good
what I'm
that
saying?
it's good that you know that. And it's also very stand up of you to, say that you're going to do the marriage thing when you know that you are like 1000% ready.
Right.
And like you said, not to say that you're doing anything crazy or reckless now, but you definitely want, like, marriage is a whole nother space that you have to be prepared for. And a lot of times when people get into trouble, it's because they weren't ready.
Yeah.
And they should have taken some more time to do the self work. So that would be, I know this isn't a marriage counselor show, but I would definitely just say that you're doing the right thing. Just continue to do the work on you. That's going to prepare you for that next step, if this is, the one for you.
That's true. That's true.
Word up, because marriage is a beautiful thing.
Ain't it?
When you do it right.
Ain't it?
Yeah. Okay, and I feel you, man.
Cute.
You gotta respect them. You gotta respect your vows. Respect God. Because a lot of people get into marriage and then they feel like they can jump out. Like I always, when we had these conversations before we got married, I'm like, look, man, we don't do no divorcing. Like when marriage means we married. Like that's it. We taking it on to the grave. You know, once we say this, we mean it. You know, so you got to be ready for that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yo, that's big. Yo, Dubba A. Keys to the city. We gotta get you out to St. Louis so that you can get the keys to St. Louis, man.
I'm on the way, man. I told you, man. Last time I came, and I need some sweetie pies because I went there. Man. I've been stuck on it ever since. When I was in the band, we performed at the Bands of America out there. So
nice.
it was dope. It was dope for sure.
Man. You know, I'm watching band history myself too. So I came up in them watching bands. And when you come to St. Louis, man, sweetie pie is cool. And I'm gonna have my mama hook you up though.
Okay.
I say no more.
Period.
We
definitely got to get you out here.
Right? Yo, I appreciate you coming through, dropping all these gems on us, man, sharing your process with us. I know that the listeners and viewers got a lot to ingest from this. And so before we get out of here, where can we find you? What's on the horizon for you? What you got coming up? I know you mentioned you got a record dropping February 28th.
25th.
Yep, February 25th.
25th.
Yeah.
February 25th.
All I Need through Icons and Giants. That's gonna be real big. I got a lot of shows coming up. Like a lot of them like just happened. You know what I'm saying? Really more production.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But 2022 is the year of the artistry for me. So
let's get it.
Fire.
I'm supporting all that for you, man.
I am too. We tapped in.
Yeah, so Dubba A on Instagram. How you spell your Instagram name again to make sure everybody can tap in?
DUBBAAA, not Dubba. People will say Dubba is double A, DUBBAAA.
Yeah,
that's it.
I feel you.
Hey, love
all right,
it.
bro. Yo,
It's
much
been real
love, much
having you.
success
Thank
to you.
you.
Thanks for taking your time to come
I
out and chat with
appreciate y'all
us.
for having me, for sure.
Yes.
No doubt. Hey, y'all, this is the Married to Music podcast. Shout out to Sweetwater for sponsoring this episode.
We love you, Sweetwater.
Let's get it.
Hey.
Married to music.
Yeah. Hey.
Tune in every Monday.
I'm going to see if we can get Double A to remix this beat for us.
Trying to get our M's
Oh, I'll be calling you out.
That would be fire.
Locked in.
We locked in. Let's go.